Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And yeah, Cardano is finally doing something. Now, it's not doing what you wanted to do, of course, because it's going down, but it's doing something, and we can finally talk about something in this video, and I cannot believe that I can say that after 60 days I can finally talk about something new. And what is that? Well, I think this move that's happening right now looks very similar to the move that we just had a couple of months ago that pretty much started in August right here and ended in November. Now, I know things happened before that, but I'm comparing this move to this move right here because this was also a 1-2 setup, and right now, what do you know? We are in a 1-2 setup and we are in a second wave move down. And I actually want to show you what happened the previous couple of times after we got to the oversold territory on the 4-hour chart, just like we got right now. As you can see, in this move to the downside, we got to the oversold territory on the 4-hour chart about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And yeah, right now it's the 5th time, and as you can see, we did react to the trend line, but like I said, this trend line cannot really be trusted, so I think I'm just going to get rid of it for now because we do not really need it right now. However, keep in mind, we did not break below this low right here. Of course, we are very close to doing that, and we will most likely do that, but it's still looking pretty good for Cardano. And honestly, if we get another low in the second wave right here to test the 0.382 extension, it would not be the end of the world. However, keep in mind, I said that this move that we have right now looks similar to the move that we had right here. And why am I saying that? Well, as you can see, the low of this move to the downside right here was actually, very, very deep, and we went down quite a lot during this time, and this was impulsive. This was an impulsive move to the downside, and as you can see, after that, we did recover, but, we just went sideways for some time after we hit the low. Of course, we never broke below the low again, but we didn't do anything for some time. And right now, it's the exact same thing. We went down here, this was an impulsive move to the downside, and then we just went sideways, but we never really broke below this low right here. So what we are doing right now, we have two possibilities. We are either going to do what we did here and we are never going to break below that low again, or we are just going to get another second wave move down and another low, which could put us at about 72.8 cents before we get a bounce. And like I said, I'm expecting Cardano to do very well in February, so if we want that to happen, we should do it right now. Also keep in mind, down here, after we got to the oversold territory 2 times on the 4-hour chart, that's when we bounced. And what do you know? Right now, we got to the oversold territory 2 times on the 4-hour chart. So I'm not saying that we are copying what we did here, but if we are doing that, then we should get a bounce right now, and we should be at about $1.30 very, very soon. We should get an impulsive move, like I said, and we kind of need that because, like I said many times, the bull market support band cannot really afford to have a cross right now, and if we do not want a cross, we kind of need a move to the upside. So yeah, there are two possibilities right now. We are either going to get another low in the second wave move down, which would not be bearish, or we are actually going to about $1.30 to finally complete the third wave of this 1-2 setup that we started all the way back in December. And this could work because this third wave move could be an ABC structure, so if we want to do that, we should not break below this low right here, which is at about 82.7 cents. If we break below this low, we will most likely get another low in the second wave right here, because this low, breaking below this low right here would invalidate the 1-2 setup on the chart, and yeah, we will most likely get another low before we do anything else. But yeah, if we stay above that low and if we bounce right now, the next target is at about $1.30 for the third wave, and then we will get a fourth wave, and the fifth wave should put us, let's say, at about $1.40, maybe $1.50, and that will finally complete the first wave of the third wave of the main third wave move to the upside. And yeah, that's obviously going to be bullish, and I still believe that February will be a very good month for Cardano, and if it actually wants to go up like 200% in February, like it did in the previous cycle, I don't know if you can remember that, in the previous cycle actually it went up 300% after going sideways pretty much for the entirety of January. Now of course in January it actually went up in the first couple of days, but then after that we did absolutely nothing, just like we did in January in this cycle. And I mean, yeah, so far we have been copying exactly what happened in the previous cycle, and if we want to continue doing that, Cardano should get a third wave of the third wave in February, because the third wave of the third wave in the previous cycle actually topped in February, and yeah, during that time we went up like 300%, so like I said, it would not be the end of the world if we are not copying what we did in the previous cycle. Maybe we are doing something else in this cycle. But it would be nice if we did copy what happened there, because if you can remember, so far every single thing that we did has been exactly the same as the previous cycle. So maybe that will continue, maybe it will not. I don't know, and honestly, I would not be shocked if, we actually did what we did in the previous cycle. Also, if you look at the daily chart, the RSI is almost oversold, which is actually very good because, yes, the price dropped, but it barely dropped like 50 cents. And of course, you could say that 50 cents is a lot, but you have to keep in mind that before this, it actually went up like 300%. So, of course, a 50-cent drop is not really a lot when you look at it from this perspective. Of course, we needed a drop because we went up 300% in a matter of like a couple of weeks. And yeah, if we somehow get another low in the second wave right here, that would actually be very, very bullish, because that would put us at the oversold territory on the daily RSI, and that has not happened since we hit this low right here at about 27 cents. So if we do that, that's actually going to be very, very bullish. So actually, no matter what we do right now, it's going to be bullish in the long term, as long as we don't break below the bull market support band. But if we break below it and we don't, manage to break above it, then yeah, that's not going to be bullish. However, if we tested right here to test the 0.382 extension and then we go back above it, it's not going to be the end of the world. So I mean, so far Cardano is looking very, very good, and yet people are complaining that it's not going up, even though the other altcoins are not going up either. And yeah, like I said, it's respecting support levels, even though it's going sideways. That's not really bearish. I mean, it was going sideways down here, like I said, and look at what happened after that. We just had a huge pump to the upside and it went up like 300%. And I have read some comments yesterday that were saying that Cardano cannot go up like 200% in a month. And I mean, what? Like, it went up like 300% just a couple of months ago. Did everybody forget about that or what? So yeah, and also keep in mind, this is the 0.618 resistance level of the previous all-time high, so you can expect there to be resistance at about $1.14. However, if we get above this level and if we finally break above it, and we have been trying to break above it for some time now, we got rejected by it like 5 times. We got rejected here, 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 here. And yeah, if we manage to break back above it, the road to all-time high should be, very, very quick, because this level right here is important. And why is it important? Well, because in the previous cycle, it was also difficult to get above it, as you can see. We just stayed in this range for a very long time. And why is that? Well, because this is actually the previous 2018 all-time high. So once we break above the 0.618 resistance level, and once we break above the previous 2018 all-time high, which is at about $1.40, I think the road to all-time highs will be very, very quick. And yeah, like I said, we could be at all-time highs by the end of February if we do what we did in the previous cycle. So far, Ethereum has not done what it did in the previous 2 cycles, so things are a bit concerning, but like I said in my previous videos, we are still in QT right now, so maybe the market is waiting for something. But even so, I mean, Ethereum is still holding support levels, so even though it's not really doing anything, at least it's not breaking below the support levels, at least not yet. And yeah, Bitcoin, if you look at Bitcoin, it's oversold on the 4-hour chart, so I think this move is just, here to spook everyone. And I still believe that Bitcoin will continue to go higher and higher, and by the looks of it, I think it will start doing that very, very soon. Of course, that's just my opinion, but I can at least, tell you from my experience in the market that this right here looks like, a big fake out to the downside, and I think we will get a bounce very, very soon. But, that's just my opinion at the end of the day. Now, if you look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, it's going up again, and this is, interesting because, like I said, we had a cross on the bull market support band. But again, we did not really break above the previous highs, and of course, maybe we will do that, maybe we will test the 0.618 resistance level again, But even if we do, we are almost overbought on the 4-hour chart again, so if we somehow get above this high right here, we might get rejected again at this high right here because we will be overbought on the 4-hour. So yeah, I think it's only a matter of time until this starts going down, and I know many people are talking about news and stuff, but trust me, that doesn't really matter. The market can go up when we have bad news, and it can go down when we have good news. Don't really trust the news, and don't really think about it too much, because at the end of the day, the charts, yes, they do care about them, but they don't always care about them, and sometimes the price just has to go down because the price has to go down, because we cannot go up in a straight line. That can never happen. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.